welcome today. Today I was interested in trying out a new pattern. I'm going to try to make the disappearing 4-patch pattern. So what I'm going to do is I have coordinating 5-inch squares. Make sure that you use 2 coordinating or contrasting fabrics. It'll give you better definition from what I've seen. So I have a whole set here so that eventually I will have 4 of them together. So what I'm going to do right now is sew my 4-patch together. Just using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Oops. Oh, let's try the foot. All right. I'm going to do a quick seam here. And the next one. Now if I was making all 4 blocks at the same time, I would just run everything through. You're putting one solid and one of the pattern piece together. Now I did cheat a little bit. These are leftover 5-inch squares from another project that didn't fit with what I was working on. So I have a stack of these and I use them to fill in now and then for things that I want to try. I'm going to just iron.
Once again.
Normally you would just put your ruler here and cut. I always like to have multiple points of comparison when I cut to help make sure everything is straight. So not only am I going to line it up on my center seam here, but I'm going to line it up here as well just to make sure that I'm cutting accurately. Just run that. Don't move anything. Pick up your ruler. If you have a rotating mat, it makes this very simple. Lay your ruler down again. You'll be making 4 cuts. Again, lining up your center seam and your cross seam to make sure everything's good. Make your cut. Casey would have yelled at me because I didn't close my knife on the first time, my rotary cutter the first time.
Safety first, babe.
I know. Alright, I turned it the wrong way. Let's try this again. There we go. Doesn't matter if it's straight on the board. We're not using the board to measure anything. So, good. And one more quick turn. Alright, so now we've made all of our cuts. We can put this away. We no longer need that because that is all the cutting you need. So what we do is we crisscross, or not crisscross, swap out. Flip the 2 corners, do the same on this side. If you'll notice, I'm turning these. If I do it this way, you end up with the pinking on the inside. I'm not real crazy about sewing over pinking. I'd rather have that on the outside. Gives me a little bit more play on squaring them up. Of course, if you cut your own yardage, then you won't have to worry about the pinking. So now, you take the center and turn it a 1/4 turn so that everything is checkerboard. This piece apparently is not going to lie down, but we'll catch that in the sewing. So what we've created now is just a simple 9-patch. I would recommend doing these one by one because if you have multiple ones on your table, it might get a little bit difficult to cut. I'm a little color challenged and I have a tendency to change things up, and then once you unfold to iron, things aren't correct. So give me just a moment. I will sew these together. I'm going to sew these 2, those 2 together, and then sew the ends on, and I will be back. Okay, so I just wanted to come back real quick. And when you are nesting seams, if you look at this, you can see I have them both going the same direction. Just flip it over. If you feel that you need to press it, you can just take it to the machine. I know we said to press to the dark side. In reality, also sewers know you cannot always press to the dark side. But just make sure to lay it back out, lay it down, and with that quick little iron, your seams will nest. Not that I can sew it the right way, but hey, sometimes. Okay, so now I have sewn our 4 patch that turned into a 9 patch. I have it sewed into rows, and again, I would do this as an individual block. Don't try to strip them out like you normally would with a quilt. So I'm just going to flip this one this way, sew 1/4 inch, flip this one over, sew 1/4 inch, and we should be done. Let me do that, and I will be right back. All right, so let us press this and see how we did. Follow the lines go the way that you want them to go. And lay this down. And these should be, since we cut them 1 inch, we used a 1/4 inch on the inseam. So our checkerboard pattern should be 1.5 by 1.5 by 1.5. So we are right on there. This makes a great pattern once you get them all together. They do line up so that you have a nice stripe going down the middle. You can also, when you put your rows together, offset them so that it kind of zigzags a little bit. But thank you for joining me today. Be sure to press and steam the like button, and also, if you feel so inclined, subscribe and hit the notification button, and you will get notifications of when I make new posts. Otherwise, this is Kreampuff signing off. Have a great day.